Hello and welcome to Prime of the Night. I'm your host, Stickman Prime, and tonight I'm here with Mr. Ghost. Mr. Ghost, how are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you for having me here.
Of course, Ghost. You know, your lore really interests me. Now, before we get to your lore, we have to address this problem, this issue. So, Mr. Joe Stoneworks, as you guys know, he is in prison for saying he likes minors. Guys, that's not okay. But also, I'm back, Stickman Prime. I'm back in the biz. I'm ready to get this going again. That doppelganger, Mr. Joe, you look just like me, but you know what? We're rolling with it. All right, Ghost. So, my first question to you is: you've been on Stoneworks for a little while. I remember seeing your name quite a few places in Rafnir. Tell me about your time whenever you first joined.
My time when I first joined, honestly, really confusing. When I joined, I didn't know exactly much about the server.
Yeah,
I joined and I thought, all right, let's just try to join to country, hop in, see how that goes.
yeah.
I traveled, I'm pretty sure, across the entire world before
Wow.
I finally finished setting up a home.
And where'd you
I
set up
had,
that home?
if you want to get technical, I actually made a squatter claim, well, squatter base,
Heck yeah.
off the peninsula on the western side. Made it right inside of Minecraft. No one could
Okay.
find it. Eventually, I would run to a town though, known as what was his name? Borvire? Yeah. I think it might have been Borvire.
Okay.
They were part of the Celestial City State of Oracle. Love the architecture, and I thought, you know what? Let's join them.
Fair enough.
And that's where I was introduced into the geopolitics and the role playing. I would later join the Celestial City State of Lurgle.
All right. Tell me about this. I'm assuming you eventually started a nation.
I did, though not in Rathnir actually.
Okay.
After
Wow.
Lurgle had fallen due to an attack of barbarians, I left the main group with, well, technically by myself. I guess I was the sole survivor. My old town I actually had established back there.
Well, I'm glad you made it out.
So, came to Vexilus and I decided to head up north. Like the cold mountains, beautiful sights, amazing
Yeah.
resources.
Huh.
And I thought, time to make a name for myself, get out there, spread my teachings of geopolitics, role playing, storytelling,
Yeah.
and such.
That's
And
awesome.
I was really successful, actually. I managed to get some good members. I had a few troublemakers, but they were dealt with. Got those members. We grew. It was amazing. It was really nice.
That's awesome. I love hearing these success stories. Because not a lot of people here on Stoneworks are successful. So it's refreshing to hear someone who actually made it out on top for once. So tell me about this Order of Shadows. I keep hearing your name around.
Yeah, the Order of Shadows is a recent formation. We had something similar to it, a local militia, really, back
Okay.
in our old home in Tiberia. Though it wasn't really official. We never had a get together. So whenever we were searching for a new home in the middle of that, we were in a vulnerable state. So I got everyone together and said, hey, we're gonna make a military order, the Order of Shadows. Here is how we will protect our people from any future threats, raiders,
Yeah.
bandits, other countries, you name it.
I love the name. The Order of Shadows.
Thank you. Well,
So,
for
go ahead.
for an Order of Shadows, a military group you think would be rather militaristic, and we are, but we're different, to say. We don't go searching for a fight, really. We
Okay.
wish to just protect our home, help the innocent, that sort of thing. We're not really conquerors.
So you guys like linger in the shadows.
Pretty much. And when we're called into the field of battle, we will answer that call and use our full might.
Oh yeah. So recently, I've heard about a big migration that's been happening through the Order of Shadows. Can you go into detail about that?
Oh, most certainly. It was a rough time. We had we had to leave our old home due to the threat of war that came. We were isolated from the entire world. We had no supplies, no reinforcements.
Hmm.
Well, it wasn't a good time. None,
Yeah.
really. And at first, we were ready for it. Everybody was ready to fight. So we started gathering our supplies, our troops, our armor. We had some walls built up that we could just finish. So, closer to the day of battle grew, the more I grew concerned. I was like, oh no, I don't think we can do this. Because our enemies, I'll admit, they are pretty good in some areas. And we couldn't cover every aspect of our military since we were so brand new.
Yeah.
So I had to meditate for a bit and thought, alright, what's the best course of action? If we fought, what would be the point? What would we lose from this? And after a while, I came to the decision of, alright, we may not be able to win this, but we can still survive as a community. So I got my citizens together and I said, hey, as much as I want to fight these guys and defend our home, we need to leave. It's not an option that I like. It's not an option I like, but we're gonna have to do it. Save our resources, save our people, and just get out of here. And we did. Gathered everything, and by the time our enemies managed to storm in, that being Vladistan, all they got really was just a husk of a town. Resources depleted.
Well, that was that was a very smart decision of you, and I'm glad you guys were able to make it out. Survive. I think all that matters is that continue on your legacy.
Indeed.
So what's going on now? Now you migrated. What's the plan of action?
Well, we have had a goal for a while now that we have not been able to achieve, which was to become the trade hub of our continent. We weren't able to do that in our last place, but now that we've reestablished ourselves, we intend to complete that. So, anything, really. Specifically, enchantments, armor, diamonds, you name it. As our background is, we're enchanters.
Okay. Well, I wish you good luck. I hope that you prosper in this next place and you continue to make a name for yourself. If you could tell the world one quote, from your heart, what would you say?
I would say, don't give up. It's gonna be hard, but as long as you have the willpower to get through, you can complete what you wish.
Well said. Mr. Ghost, thank you for your time. It was, I'm glad I could have you on here to share your story.
Thank you for having me here. Hope you have a good day.
Thank you. I've been your host, Stickman Prime, and I'll see you guys soon.